Hello, friends. My name is James Hopkins, and as always, I'm joined by my good friends Bryan Castiglione and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hopkins. On this show, we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Parlay-Vous podcast. It's NFL Week 9. It's time to do some gambling. And just the gambling. You know, the second show in the week has become a shorter show, and I'm okay with that mostly.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out today which episode we try to work basketball in. But I also just haven't watched much basketball lately, so that's part of the reason I wasn't pressing about it this week.
Halftime, the score update: Miami Heat 57, New York Knicks 52. Heat covering plus 1.5, and the under is looking beautiful. It's not at all what I have, so it looks horrible for my bets.
Right now, Cam Thomas can go to hell. The parlay that I made, that I had going on last week's show, Hawks are the only team that didn't cover because Cam Thomas hit 3 bullshit threes with the shot clock turned off at the end of the game. They wound up winning by 4, I think. The spread was 6.5 or 6.
Well, my current bet is Knicks -2, Tyler Hero for 15 points, Jalen Brunson for 25, and Mikal Bridges for 2 threes. Jalen Brunson's got 4 points at halftime. Tyler Hero already hit his 15 points. Knicks are down by 6, and the Bridges hit 1 3. So
you're still in the field of play. That's in the field of play, though. 24 points and a half is not out of control for Brunson. 1 more 3 for Bridges. They got to cover 2. That's not a big deal. You're still in the field of play. You need Brunson to have like 18, 19 by the end of the third quarter, and the game's
That's what we call the Brunson burner, homie.
So as we always do, we will start with college football. Last week, the picks, not the perks, not doing any of that, but the picks that I served up to you. We had Miami -21 over Florida State University. I believe Miami won by 22. Colorado -5.5 over the Cincinnati Bearcats. They covered. And then I said when I took it, it's probably not going to happen, but for the fun of the storyline, give me Navy +13 over Notre Dame. Obviously, we saw that panned out 51-14. Bryan, you were at the game.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was a good game. I mean, at the beginning. And
then it was a mugging.
And then it was a mugging.
But it was Baby Man's first game.
It was Baby Man's first game. I also, as you guys know, not that big into college football, so I took a look at the stats to kind of see what we were going to have. I didn't realize Navy runs
Triple option.
like literally every single play. Their leading wide receiver, well, their leading receiver on their team are their first 2 running backs are 1 and 2, and then their wide receiver is 4th. He has 3 catches on the year for 93 yards. His longest catch is 77 yards. So, but it
all the service academies run some variation of the triple option. You got to think about it because of the talent disparity.
Yeah,
You're not getting 5-star guys because then they have to go serve after.
But I also felt like if that's true. I also kind of felt like if, and this is probably obvious to everyone else, if they could just extend the field a little bit, they probably would have been better. But they fumbled on their first or second drive running the option, and then the momentum just kind of took over from there. I felt like
it's not a chase from behind offense.
No, absolutely not.
No.
And they fumbled. It was.
Did I tell you about the guy that said he's like, I got a plan for how to fix the Carolina Panthers on TikTok?
No.
He was like, trade Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, and Xavier Leggett. Right, it's Leggett.
Yeah.
Like trade all 3 of them. Get the best offensive line you possibly can. Keep Bryce Young. Go and draft fucking why am I blanking?
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, go and draft Ashton Genty. Keep Brooks and Miles Sanders. Hire Navy's head coach and bring the triple option. He's like, give them something they haven't seen in a while. He's like, bring the triple option back. I think that's how you fix the Panthers. So I went 2-1 in the week. That brings my overall to 11-11-2. Not quite as good as last season by a long shot, but anyway, anytime you can get, I mean, we're at 50% right now. You get to like the 55% range. That's where we like to live. That's a successful sports gambler. Jack, what did you have last week?
I had LSU plus 3.5 against the Texas A&M Aggies, and then they got their shit rocked on the road, but that's okay. I had Oregon minus 21.5, and they covered by minus 22. So that was a fun one. And then I also had Miami minus 21.5 as well. So I went 2-1 in the week as well. I understand you're not keeping track of my record here, but I don't think I've been 1-2. I think I've been 1-2 once.
You're doing pretty good.
I think I've been having a solid.
One of these days when you're off playing Battlefield or something, you should just go through because they're at the top of every second episode. It's not like you have to do much digging. Calculate it because I'd like to see how you're doing because you're doing very good this year. Better than I am this year.
I feel very.
And I know I haven't done the research this year that I did last year just because of coming. I don't live here anymore,
Right.
so the travel and
Right.
doing the 2 episodes in one day. I haven't spent as much time, especially because there's more information on Thursdays. Obviously, we used to shoot the Thursday show on Thursdays. I like the Wednesday format better. I think it's working out better for everybody.
Mm.
But it's just life, I just haven't been putting as much research into it, going more on feel, and sometimes that's how you get burned. That's what the books want us to do.
Right.
That's what the books want us to
And
do.
also, college is just one of those things you gotta feel.
College can be a crapshoot too, and that's part of the reason I like to stick to 3 picks. Stick to 3 picks because people get crazy with their fucking board goes. There's hundreds of games to bet.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think about it prestige-wise. How is this team doing in general in the entirety of FBS? What is this team's ranking? How are they playing? How are they faring against ranked teams if they're not ranked? And what's their conference? What are we looking at? Are we playing in the ACC? Are we playing in the SEC?
You try to find some statistical advantage, some statistical edge that there's always something you can try to manipulate to your advantage.
And even then, you can't manipulate that because I'll even bring it back. Learning how to take the test. Buffalo was a defensive dominant team. And they went and played UConn, an independent. And UConn beat the fucking brakes off of Buffalo. So
look, that's why we play the games too, though. You got to just do your research, find something you feel great about, and live with the results. My first pick this week is a very simple one. We have a Service Academy game. We have Air Force traveling to West Point to take on number 21 Army. This one is as simple as the numbers here. Army on the season, 6-0-1 against the spread. Air Force 0-7. Army minus 22. Next one, the number 1 team in the nation. I believe one of the only undefeated teams that matter left. The Oregon Fighting Ducks going to the Big House to take on Michigan. They're not undefeated against the spread this year, but they are undefeated, and they've been cooking lately. They're cooking with gas now. Dylan Gabriel really looks settled in. They got Jordan James, the running back. I forget his name. They're always turning out great running backs. They're spreading the ball all over the place. The offense still looks dynamic. I'm taking them minus 14.5. I know Michigan's defense is really good, but I don't believe their offense is built to compete with this type of scoring. 14.5 is right in the sweet spot. Probably play it to 17. 17.5 is where I'm going to start getting wishy-washy on it. Florida. Final game involves Florida.
So we went samesies this week.
Little SEC matchup. Got the Florida Gators going to Georgia.
They're not going nowhere. They're going to Jacksonville for the annual.
Oh, it's in Jacksonville.
It is. It's always has been. The annual Jacksonville UGA versus Florida game.
And that, first of all, justifies the spread a little bit better for me, but also makes me feel better about the game in general. I don't know why, but the spread only being 16.5, I'm taking the dogs.
Give me the Bulldogs too
minus
because
16.5. Because Florida's
Florida's
not a good football
right
team.
Here's the thing: it's not the defense is in shambles. Okay, the defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed. DJ Lagway is a true freshman.
Is he still in there?
Mike Graham Mertz might be playing now. But it's the team in itself is not. This isn't a year for them. It's a tough year in the SEC when you got LSU, Texas A&M, you got Arkansas making some noise even though they're not a ranked team. You got Bama playing out of their mind. You got a stacked SEC conference as always, and the years haven't looked great for Florida, but they got some great skill players. and we'll see what happens in the years to come. I mean,
from the writing was on the wall from week 0 that it was going to be a tough fucking year in the Swamp.
Oh yeah,
we knew this going into the year. Low expectations.
Tough year in Gainesville, but you know what? It's okay because college football is a lot more entertaining than
future
fucking
New York
NFL.
Giant Carson Beck is going to run it down their throats.
Oh,
He's going to
man.
command the team to a dominating win over the Florida Gators.
That's fine, you know. Eugene Wilson III will fucking figure it out.
What are your other picks?
My other picks this week. So the theme this week was root against my favorite teams in college football.
Okay, love that.
So first off, this week we took Miami -20 against Duke in an ACC matchup. Miami going to Duke on the road. I mean, you can't just firing on all cylinders. Miami going into the Wallace Wade.
Future New York Jet Cam Ward.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now you know the Jets are going to win 7 games.
Duke in the ACC right now is
defensive tackle.
8th at 6-2. Already locked up a bowl game. Not a bad year for Duke football, but not a great year to even make a college playoff bid. They were ranked at one point this year, but even then, you got to win the conference to even get an automatic bid, and then you got to be in the conference championship game just to even have a shot at getting a bid. So for Duke, it's, you know, let's have fun this year.
Duke, they're not getting an at-large bid.
No, but they'll get a, you know, it'd be funny, Duke versus whoever in the Duke's Mayo Bowl game. But that'll be a little funny. But 6-2, good year for Duke thus far.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
They were in the Pop-Tart Bowl last year, weren't they?
I don't know, were they?
I feel like they were.
I always go to Meineke Car Care Bowl, but that game's been long gone. But that was like one of the bullshit bowl games when we were growing up.
There's another fucking silly one of recent that I'm forgetting.
I think the silliest one right now is the Pop-Tart Bowl when they had the Pop-Tart mascot that was made out of edible Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
And we were ripping pieces off of this life-size pastry after the game.
That was pretty funny.
Bowl season gets so unserious. Continue.
But yeah, you going into Wallace Wade Stadium, small stadium. Miami's gonna put on a show. I also have UGA 16.5 against Florida in Jacksonville, the annual game. At the current restaurant I'm working, everybody there is from Florida, and there's somebody there from Gainesville who's a UGA fan.
Sacrilege.
Sacrilege. Absolute sacrilege. So I'll roll with you for the bet, but goddamn, am I going to come in on Saturday morning and talk the biggest shit I ever
game
had.
on Friday night? No, it's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk the biggest shit I can.
Before the game.
Before the game. And then for my last game, our big noon game of the week. Can you guess, Jim?
No.
It's quite the barn burner, actually.
I don't know what the big noon game is.
Big noon game this week.
Is it Penn State, Ohio
Penn
State?
State versus Ohio State.
3 playing 4. I looked at that. I just don't trust either of those teams right now.
Penn State at home versus Ohio State.
I don't trust Drew Aller.
You know what I do trust? Fucking stadium, bro. If this isn't the whiteout game, I don't know what is.
At Beaver Stadium?
At Beaver Stadium.
The whiteout game is supposed to be at night. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Their options, people were bitching because they were on Big Noon so many games this year that they had only limited options for a whiteout game. So I don't think it's the whiteout game.
But the thing is, it has the.
Well, yeah, it should be
it
the whiteout
has the
game.
pedigree
It should
for
be the
it.
whiteout game, and this game should be on 7:30 at night on fucking NBC or ABC or something. But unfortunately, Fox got it. So
this is the most interesting game in the entire slate, I think, this year. Not this year. This week.
Yeah.
And I think I got Penn State +3 at home. Mo Bama's gonna be blasting, dude. And have Ohio State quaking in their Buckeye boots.
Okay, I love it.
Penn State +3 at home.
I love it. Good picks. Good action all the way around. Let's go on to last week's handicapping. Last week, Bryan was not present. Jack went 7-8, bringing his overall record up to 58, 52, and 4. I went 8-7, bringing my overall record up to 58, 52, and 4. Bryan is carrying over.
Are we fucking
You
tied?
record again?
Yeah. Well, he was a game ahead of me last week.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then I went 8-7. He went 7-8, and we're tied again. And then Bryan.
34-22 right now.
So let's move on. Let's do week 9. Let's pick some spreads here.
You want me to read them off?
Please.
All right. So first up, what are we doing Thursday?
No, Thursday happened already.
All right.
Jets got blown out. Rodgers blew out his other Achilles. Fucking they're trying to sign Clay Matthews right now.
So
And
Dallas
AJ
is
Hawk.
traveling to Atlanta. Spread is -3 for Atlanta. And I'm gonna take Atlanta.
Jim, why don't you quote Kirko Chains for me again?
We go into their trap. We take over their trap. Atlanta -3.
Atlanta minus fucking 3.
All right, clean sweep. We got Miami going against Buffalo. Buffalo -6.5. I'm sorry, 6 rather. And this one is concerning because these Buffalo-Miami games seem to always be blowouts.
It hurts.
I'm sorry, shootouts.
It's
Rather.
giving me chest palpitations to do it.
I know you're gonna take Miami.
Give me Miami.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. You know, for my entire life, I'll never walk past one of those slot machines and not think of you.
Yeah. Buffalo. I'm gonna take Miami also.
There's these Buffalo fucking slot machines, and occasionally the fucking
Occasionally. It's like every time.
Yeah. You walk past and the fucking thing goes, Buffalo!
Every single fucking
You think
time.
I could find one of those at Jake's 58?
Yeah, 100%.
Probably.
They're in every
Yeah.
casino.
Probably.
Yeah, I've seen them in every casino
Rolling
I've ever been
Thunder
in.
is what the game's actually called.
Yeah.
But they just
And
read
what's the
Buffalo.
Buffalo? Is that the
It's
jackpot?
like-
That's the Rolling Thunder. It's a herd of buffalo. Next up, we got the Raiders taking on the Bengals. Bengals -7.
I mean, the Bearcats -7.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Cincinnati too. Vegas is a little defunct right now.
Give me Vegas.
Oh.
They're
What-
scrappy. They're ankle biters. They showed it against fucking Kansas City. They were one very, very good defensive play by Kansas City. The fumble late in the game from going down the field and tying, let alone getting the backdoor cover that they got. If it wasn't for Gardner Minshew swinging the ball around like a fucking pear and getting it swatted out, they were well on their way to tying that game the way it was going. I watched the whole game because it was the only game I needed left. Had they covered the Chiefs, the dumb dick Chiefs, it would have been San Fran -5.5 to complete the parlay to blow out a week's worth of losses. So it was the only game I was watching in the 4:30 window at that point. Because the Chargers, I needed them to cover too, but they were
Gone.
taking care of business.
Yeah.
They were well on their way to covering against the best team in football or tying the game. So against Cincinnati, who I don't think is very good this year, I'll take them.
I mean, to be very honest with you, that pick sounds like you're a college kid who needs beer money for next week. But, maybe that's just me.
I don't even know what that means.
When
When I was a college kid who needed beer money, I sold Skyrim for $35.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's in the market still at that point? Chargers going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Chargers are -1.5.
Give me Cleveland.
I'll take
Cleveland.
Cleveland just because I'm afraid to take the Chargers and watch Cleveland do what they did again. Got New England traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans, and the Titans are -3.5.
New England, Tennessee, Nissan Stadium. Tennessee's -3.5. Is that what you're saying to me?
That's what I'm saying to you.
New England.
Yeah, I'm gonna take New England as well.
This is where you zig and I zag because Tennessee has the #1 rated defense in the league at the moment after last week. Give me Tennessee -3.5. This is a slow stranglehold, call it the anaconda, if you will. Tennessee is just it's gonna be field goals, and this would have been a great pick for the BDSOW. It would have been a great pick for the Thursday night punt kick parlay. It's gonna be total score is gonna be 9-3. It's gonna include less than 500 combined yards of offense, and it's just gonna be horrible. I want no part of this.
It's certainly going to be a barn burner.
I want to know the over/under. I bet it's like 35.
We're really
I was
not
gonna
going to
say
bed.
36. Next up, we got the Colts traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Vikings are -5.
Skull.
Yeah, I think I'm
Vikings.
gonna take the Vikings too.
Yeah, skull.
I think it's kind of clicking over there. We got Washington traveling to MetLife to take on the Giants. Washington is -3.5.
Yeah, Washington, baby.
Yeah, give me the C words.
Them C words, them Commanders.
Yeah. We got New Orleans going to Carolina to take on the Panthers, and the New Orleans Saints are 7.5. Which I feel like is high, but man, is Carolina really?
I'm
Man.
banking on the return of Derek Carr, and I'll take it because man, does Carolina they're not in the business of winning football games or even competing at this
I
point.
mean, man, do I not believe in Derek Carr. I'm going to take the Panthers. There's nothing more that doesn't instill less hope in me than watching Derek Carr take the
Were
field.
you on New Orleans, Brian?
Yes.
Uninspiring football from Derek Carr, if you ask me.
Let me interject the handicap in here to hit you with a proposal. Hindsight being what it is.
Mm-hmm.
One of the quarterbacks the Jets were heavily linked to before Aaron Rodgers was Derek Carr. Better, worse, or the same if Derek Carr was the Jets quarterback right now?
Worse, they'd be 0 and what, 8?
I don't mean the team. I mean, how do you feel about it? Because I feel as if Derek Carr became our quarterback and this is how it unfolded, I would feel better about it than I do with it being Aaron Rodgers.
I would say Derek Carr's got, 2 more years left? I would have taken the same contract that the Saints have right now. It's 4 years, whatever it was, or is it 3 years?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Whatever the Saints contract is, you just swap that with Aaron. I'd say Derek Carr's got 2 more years, and he's got 1 more year before I say fucking go trade him.
I feel like
Goodbye.
I feel better with Derek Carr instead of Aaron Rodgers because one, it wouldn't have brought the amount of hype that Rodgers did, and two,
Don't lie, it's New York media.
No. Rodgers, it wouldn't have brought the hype that Rodgers did because Rodgers, 4-time MVP, Super Bowl winner, like one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to throw a football, all of these other things. Derek Carr is none of those things. He's a slightly above average quarterback for his career who needed a change of scenery. Had Derek Carr come in, we wouldn't have hired Nathaniel fucking Hackett to please him. We wouldn't have brought in Alan Lazard on a big contract. We probably won't panic trade for Devontae Adams. We don't make all of these moves to please the quarterback to then come out and play like the 30th best quarterback in the NFL. That's why I think I feel better about it. But anyway.
All right, so next up we got the Broncos going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens are -9.
Give me Ravens -9.
I think I'm going to take Denver. Yeah.
I too am going to take Denver, just like because like I was saying on Wednesday's show, they're similar to the Browns. That their defense is going to lead the way. They're going to lead the way with the front seven. They're going to put pressure on Lamar. And look, could this easily be a Lamar blowout? But
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I just saw last week. Like not as great quarterback play, but Bo Nix makes plays, man. He's
Who
another
did the
guy
Broncos play last week?
The Broncos last week. Were they on a bye?
No, they played
No,
the
they beat the
Panthers.
shit out of the Panthers, right?
Yeah, they were on Thursday.
They're running fake field goals up 32 points.
No, they were on Sunday. I'm sorry. Next up, we got Chicago going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are -1.
I'll take Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going to take Arizona too.
Clean sweep, Jim.
Yeah.
Kyler seems to be moving. Detroit traveling to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Detroit is -3.5. Don't know why this isn't the night game, but not that cool.
Because it needs to be fucking the two young stud quarterbacks that both suck. One pride.
I'm gonna roll with
Right.
Detroit too because they've just been really,
What was the spread? 3.5?
yeah, they've been really rolling, like really rolling. Rams traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Rams are -1.5 in this one.
Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, Rams are very good when healthy, so it's hard to bet against them.
The Seahawks are just the dumpster fire of a team.
Next up, we got Jacksonville on the Sunday night game rather. We got Jacksonville going to Philly, take on the Eagles. The Eagles are -7.5.
I'm
The
gonna take,
Eagles.
I'm gonna take the Birds.
I'm gonna take the Birds too. A lot of injuries on Jacksonville.
Just piss poor football in Jacksonville,
And that's
period.
it. All right, here we go. Monday night, Tampa Bay traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs are -8.5.
I'm gonna pick KC -8.5, but I don't feel great about it.
Who are they playing again? Buccaneers?
The
Tampa.
I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. Sorry, Jay.
No, it's fine. The thing is, historically running backs don't do well against Kansas City because their front force was front seven. Yeah, that front seven's pretty mean, and it's always been pretty mean. And they have 3 running backs and 2 receivers and a tight end. I can't see any. I mean, what did Kittle catch 3 passes in the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, I think so. But Kittle's a hard barometer because he's
He's a lot of
as blocker too.
Yeah, but also he's still. I would say he'd be on the same receiving level as Kate On. Now the situation's different, but you can't beat in the skill positions that you can beat the Chiefs in. They don't have anything. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs -8.5.
All right. I'm all 6s and 7s with my sheets of paper here. Gotta get a goddamn iPad or something.
What are you looking for?
Yes. So last week, BT Dubs. I think this was the first time. I'm almost positive it's the first time I connected on one this year. But me and Jack both agreed that Arizona +3.5 was the Glizzy God pick of the week. We liked them to win outright against the returning Tua, and they got the win. So that's definitely the first time we had a clean sweep with the Glizzy God. Granted, not 3 of us, only 2 of us. I'm positive it's the first time I connected on a clean outright victory on a Glizzy God this year.
I feel like I connected one more time this year.
Yeah, you may have. Anywho, we entered the week with a bankroll of $2,363. We played, the big bet was 800 on Pitt -6.5 to pay back 761. Then we had the mild dick swing of the week, which was +630. It was 100 to win 633. It was San Fran money line, Green Bay money line, Pitt money line, Kansas City money line, Detroit money line, Baltimore money line, Jets money line.
Damn.
So that's a loss. Then the big dick swing of the week: Lions -11, Monty touchdown, Ravens -8.5, Derrick Henry touchdown. So that's where it failed us. Green Bay -4, Tank Bigsby touchdown, that failed. Rams money line, Tampa Bay money line, Cards money line, Bengals -2, Chiefs -10, Joe Mixon anytime. And that didn't work out either. So we netted +$561 on the week. Our new bankroll sits at $2,924.
All right, let's start off with a bang. We need a bang. Bang!
Okay. That's why you need to wear headphones.
That's why you need to have a bang.
Is it a boom or a doom? Where does it rank on the boom meter? There's no way that guy doesn't abuse his kids.
Oh my god.
There's no way.
I hope that's not what's going
There's
on.
no way that kid's happy right now with what's going on. That's my opinion on it.
I think the whole thing's
That man is wrestling in the AEW pay-per-view pre-show. Big fucking AJ, bro, is wrestling having a professional wrestling match
Is he really?
in AEW in the pre-show of their pay-per-view next month.
I mean, he is kind of built for.
He's a
good.
former pro wrestler.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's
I
highlights.
was gonna say he's like
Yeah.
kind of fucking yoked.
His wrestling name was Eric Justice, and Big Justice's real first name is Eric. He named his son after his wrestling gimmick, bro. You gotta live the gimmick. That's
He
the
is
thing.
living the fucking gimmick, dude.
Changing up the world with the Boomer Doom, dude.
Where is it? I don't even know what the Boomer Doom meter was.
That was what they started off like ranking foods, and they'd be like, is it a boom or a doom? Fucking Costco chicken bake. That's 5 out of 5 possible booms, dude. You gotta get caught up.
I don't know.
I
What's
try
going on
not
either.
to get on TikTok like that because is the content worth it? Is that worth it?
That's not worth it.
I'm on TikTok, but I don't get them.
They're the kind of people that I can't understand why they're relevant at all. I'm glad. Look, on the surface, it's a guy hanging out with his son. They seem happy. I'm supportive of all that. There's just this guy has been trying for years.
Yeah.
He's been documenting his son's entire childhood on YouTube from the time he's a toddler.
Yeah. That is
He's
so
been
weird.
trying forever, and they finally hit on something, and he won't let it go. I'm all for the family fun dynamic.
Is
their
his other
message
kid
clean.
too? Is that
The
his
daughter?
No. Who's
The
the other?
The Rizzler is not their kid. That's just another dumb kid that's famous for doing this. They were on Fallon. Fallon looked so annoyed.
Really?
Yeah. Fallon looked so annoyed with the whole situation.
I saw a YouTube headline that was the Rizzler gives a lesson on how to do the Riz face, and it was fucking Jimmy Fallon sitting at the desk looking all enthusiastic as he usually does, and this fucking kid who his legs barely dangle off
Yeah,
the
he
regular
looked like
fucking.
Yoda sitting on the thing at the Jedi Council. It's
It was-
exactly what he looked like.
It was a haunting image, but yeah, I don't stick my head.
I saw someone
where the sun
tweet.
don't shine,
I
dude.
saw someone tweet out the Rizzler when Jimmy Fallon asked about the Riz face, and it was the scene from the Joker when he shoots fucking De Niro. And so let's do this shit. What do we want to fucking gamble on? We have $1,000 to spend. We're up just shy of 3 units on the year.
Well, here's where the first 100's going.
Okay, let's hear the BDSOW. You have it written down, so I'm not gonna write it down. I'm just gonna write down BDSOW and then 100 to win whatever.
See, this week, this is where I tongue punch the book, dude. This is where it's
Tongue-punching
all
the
over.
We've moved on. At least we're not fisting the book yet. You're gonna tongue punch the book, dude.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
tongue punch the book,
What do you got?
Let's hear it.
but I don't think they're gonna like it. I got Houston alternate line -5 with a Mixon touchdown. We're taking the Thursday night bet. We're rolling it over as always.
Damn, all right.
What do you mean, damn all right?
Because this show don't come out till Friday morning.
Oh, that's fine, but we'll know by Friday morning.
Fine, I'll allow it.
Next, we got another alternate line. Atlanta -5.5. That's +145 on regular odds. I also have a moonshot Mooney touchdown. Okay, that's +165 in regular odds. Next, we're going to take Cardinals -1 at 112. We're also going to take a James Conner touchdown. That's like -125. Next, we got the Rams alternate line -4.5. That's +151 with a Pookie Nukie touchdown, +165. And now, to wrap it all up in a nice bow, we got the Browns money line +102 and a Nick Chubb touchdown +100. Total odds for the 10-pick big dick swinging, knock your dick off swing of the week.
Knock your dick right in the dirt.
Right in the dirt. +125,663.
Love that.
Alright.
What do we like on the board here, fellas? We're all fans of Minnesota.
I like Minnesota.
We're all fans of Washington. We're all fans of Arizona. We're all fans of Detroit. We're all fans of the Rams. What's the safest one, though?
The Commanders.
Also, we have to unload some glizzy gods, too, whenever you guys would like to.
Oh, let me have one look.
I already know who mine is, because I really only have one choice.
Really?
Yeah, with the way I picked. And it's going to be New England.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
It's either New England or Miami, and I just can't do it yet for Miami, so I'm going to do New England as well.
I think the safest bet, maybe, because no bets are really safe.
No bet's ever safe, but
Washington -3.5 against the Giants seems safe to me. I'm not gonna lie. Giants are just not playing great. I know it's a divisional game, but Washington rolling, coming off the Hail Mary victory.
I can get behind Washington -3.5.
I've been there.
Also, Rams 1.5 also seems relatively safe.
I like the Rams 1.5 as well. Which one do we like better? Are we more realistically, what offense are we more afraid of? The Giants offense or the Seattle Seahawks offense?
Giants turned the ball over 3
No
times within
Metcalf,
5
right?
minutes.
Metcalf still hurt.
might still be hurt. I would say the Rams.
You like the Rams better than you like Washington?
I
They
think
turned the ball over
because
3 times, 5 minutes, fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the Rams. I mean, their secondary is not great, but the offense, when it's healthy, can score at that rate. So it's only 1.5.
What does Vegas know that we don't?
That the Rams are aging. I think I like Washington a little bit more.
I'm really okay with
I
either.
really do. So we have, 900 to play with here, right?
Want to go right down the middle here?
I was
450, 450.
No, I was thinking like 700 on the Washington Commanders. That way we cover ourselves if everything else loses. And then take the other 200. Possibly a little fucking parlay action.
Parlay both of them together.
No, not both of them. I don't want to have two different.
Parlay like the
Parlay like
Rams
Rams minus 1.5.
Arizona.
I like Arizona.
I like
I
Arizona.
like Cleveland money line too.
We could get
Cleveland money
frisky.
line. Probably not a bad idea.
102 or something like that.
Cleveland against the Chargers.
Famous
So you
Jameis
would want
line.
to parlay would be Rams minus 1.5. Rams minus 1.5. And then the Browns money line.
Yeah.
Money line would bring you to plus 285.
And
So 700.
Arizona minus 1.
Oh, we're doing all three.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Alright, Arizona. Minus 1. We're putting 700 on this.
No,
or
no,
200?
100. 200.
200 would win you 12.59.
Jack, you're okay with that?
Yeah, of course I'm okay with that. When I'm tongue punching the book, I'm
And
okay
then
with
Washington,
anything, dude.
well,
And then Washington
dude, let's see.
minus 3.5.
For
I swear to God, if I do it this week with the
700,
amount of shit that I'm
648.
talking,
What?
648.
726.48.
Yeah.
I like that.
I put the big dick swing of the week in every fucking week, and I would have made this bet on Sunday morning if the Jets played on Sunday, and I would have been like, yeah, I'm watching I'm stealing Red Zone for this. There's no way.
Stealing Red Zone.
There's no
I still
way.
Red Zone every week.
Yeah.
Every week. Shout out Stream East. You're never going to get them. You see their Twitter account just trolling?
No.
They're like, you keep trying to shut me down. You're never going to shut me down.
I did watch. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. You go ahead first.
No, it has
because
nothing to do with football.
I swear to God, this is the fucking week. The stars are fucking aligning.
This is the week.
This is the fucking week.
Big money, no whammies.
That would be
So,
fun.
what were you saying, Brian?
No, I was just gonna say, I was watching UFC on crack streams in the car while driving home from MetLife.
Crack Streams is still running.
I didn't know either.
Good for them.
Yeah. I hit the group chat and I was like,
dude.
does anyone have a link? Came right over.
Not our group.
No, because
The other
they
one?
were watching it. I got so real quick. Not that any of this matters, but my whole day was like nice. I'm gonna go to this fucking game. Gonna go drive home, chill out, watch UFC at night. Get to the stadium, comment, text the group chat. Yo, UFC's on at 3 today.
Yeah, it was in
I was
Hawaii.
like, I fucking wasn't paying attention at all. So
See, Kamzat fucking broke Robbie's
Yeah.
jaw.
the only
You
fight
see
I
that?
saw was Kamzat.
He
and
broke
Holloway.
his chin. There's a picture
Yeah,
of
it's tough.
his like corner teeth where they belong, and then his front teeth in the bottom, like 2 inches back.
Yeah, it's
He had
Oh,
him in
jeez.
like a, was it a rear naked?
like a guillotine.
He had
I
him in
guess,
like a
kinda.
bulldog choke.
Yeah.
He had him in like a bulldog choke, but he never got under the chin. He just squeezed
Yeah, it was
like a
pretty tough.
neck crank and fucking broke Robbie's jaw.
Jeez, did they
And
stop the fight because of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he
He
tapped
tapped.
out. And then Ilya Taporia smoked Max Holloway in the third
I
round.
hate that.
Smoked him with the left. First knockout loss for Max. I mean, yeah, I hate it too, but
It's time.
who else is going to see Ilya at 145?
I mean, no one right now.
No one's going to see him at
No
145.
one right now.
Sean shouldn't even try. He would run through Sean.
He might. He's really good.
He would, as long as Sean didn't catch him with something silly, like a question mark kick or something, because of all that range Sean has.
Right.
Ilya gets inside that fucking range, dude. He will send him to a new hell. You thought what's his face was bad with the wrestling? Who just beat him?
Oh, Volk, you said? Oh,
No,
Ilya?
who just beat Sean?
Oh,
The tiny
Marab.
Polish guy. Oh.
Marab,
Not Polish, Russian.
You think the Marab fight was bad?
yeah.
Ilya will make him taste his own blood, and there's no bigger Sean fan than me. I think Ilya is on another level right now.
He is really good. I just hate that it had to be Max Holloway. But that's the way it goes.
Happens to the best of them.
You either become the hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
You either die a hero or you live long
Die a
enough to
hero.
become the villain.
And hopefully Max Holloway dies a hero. It's not what I fucking meant. Hopefully his
only
career
32.
dies a hero.
Well, Ilya was doing the point down 10 seconds into the
Yeah,
fight.
he hit him with the Matador.
Did he?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we'll also get more on UFC coverage, I guess, but
Once the cards get more
Yeah.
excited, it's been kind of
Is John Jones actually gonna fight?
that's what they're
Ooh.
saying.
he should fight Aspinall. He won't, but he should. He's gonna fight Stipe and then ride
Don't
off.
call it.
He's gonna smoke Stipe probably and then be like, I'm the greatest to ever do this. Fuck off. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. But it's like, you could just fight Tom.
Yeah,
Just fight Tom. If you got nothing to prove to anyone, fight Tom.
true.
And then fuck off. Okay. But hopefully we tongue punch the book this week.
Fuck yeah, we
And
are,
then,
bro.
And then next week we'll fist it. We're brought to you by House of Habit Podcasting, Stay Thirsty Company, Justin Chop Chop, West End and Beach, and Center Merches, and Dano Skate Park. Peace out.
Stay tuned.